Welcome to this short video on simplified CO2 testing of infant products. The background and formal specification of the method are available on request. The test method presented here is based on an apparatus that is very simple and cheap compared to other methods. A special probe is attached to a tube that slides up and down through a vertical guide. The vertical guide is attached to an external frame. Moving the external frame allows the probe to be lowered onto any part of the product. The footprint of the probe is divided into two sections, a larger one for guiding CO2 into the product and a smaller one for sucking the CO2 back out of the product. The required mass of the probe and other moving parts is achieved by adding a weight at the top of the sliding tube. Sufficient total mass ensures a good seal between the bottom of the probe and the product. Between tests, a spring clamp on the sliding tube is used to suspend the probe above the product. The spring clamp is removed to allow free positioning of the probe onto the product. A large syringe generates the required suction. The syringe is mounted on a base for stability. The base also holds a bubble chamber and a color comparator chamber. One hose connects the syringe to the top of the bubble chamber, and a second hose connects the bottom of the bubble chamber to the probe. CO2 that has entered the product is first suctioned into the smaller cavity in the probe, then through the hose, and finally into the bubble chamber. The bubble chamber contains a small amount of water and an acidity indicator. When the prescribed amount of CO2 has been bubbled through the water and indicator solution, the acidity will increase, signaled by a shift in color from green to yellow. The greater the syringe volume required to achieve the color change, the higher the infant rebreathing risk, as independently validated using an alternative test method. So let's get ready to conduct a test. We've checked that the syringe valve is in the open position. The syringe is fully compressed so that its bottom gasket is at the 0 position on the ruler that is attached to the syringe. The bubble chamber has been filled with 20 milliliters of tap water and half a milliliter of universal indicator that has been added to the water. The cap of the bubble chamber has been screwed back on. At this point, the color of the solution is dark green. The plastic vial has been filled with 10 milliliters of vinegar. Then the plastic vial has been inserted into the top of the probe. The probe has been lowered onto the desired location of the product, and the cap has been removed. The measuring spoon has been filled with baking soda and leveled with a straight edge. The stopwatch app is within easy reach, and it is showing 0 seconds. You are holding the full measuring spoon in one hand and the cap of the probe in your other hand. We are ready to go. You invert the measuring spoon and tap it at the top edge of the probe, dumping all the baking soda into the center of the vial. Then you immediately cap the probe and start your stopwatch app. You place one hand on the body of the syringe and your other hand on the syringe handle. After 20 seconds have elapsed, you start slowly drawing back the syringe handle by pushing the back of the syringe with your thumb. It generally moves in short jumps, which is fine. Continue drawing back the handle until the color of the solution turns full yellow to match the comparator color. Then immediately stop drawing back the handle and record the new ruler position of the bottom syringe gasket. This is your test result. Please note, the color of the tap water may go from yellow to orange after you have stopped applying suction, but you should ignore this further color change. For trampoline-style mattresses, a very special class of product, please refer to the formal method specification for advice on how to test. Let me know if you have any questions. Best wishes for your every success, and happy testing.